In a groundbreaking development, pharmaceutical giant Eli Lilly has announced the successful progression of ORFORGLIPRON, its innovative oral weight loss medication, into the manufacturing phase. This decision follows promising results from internal studies, marking a significant milestone in the fight against obesity and type 2 diabetes. Eli Lilly has long been at the forefront of diabetes care, with a history that spans over a century. However, this move signals a new era, not just for the company, but for the entire pharmaceutical industry. Unlike the traditional injectable treatments, orforglipron represents a pivot toward oral formulations, which are typically more patient-friendly. The global burden of obesity and diabetes is staggering, with over 650 million people classified as obese and over 420 million living with diabetes. Introduction to orforglipron. Orforglipron is a once-daily oral non-peptide GLP-1 receptor agonist designed to aid in weight loss and glycemic control. Unlike injectable counterparts like Ozempic and Wegovy, orforglipron offers a more convenient oral administration, potentially increasing patient compliance and accessibility. GLP-1 receptor agonists work by mimicking the incretin hormones that our body naturally produces. These hormones stimulate insulin release, suppress appetite, and slow gastric emptying, which collectively help in controlling blood sugar levels and promoting weight loss. However, most existing GLP-1 drugs are peptides that require refrigeration and must be injected, a factor that significantly limits their use in many communities. Clinical trial success. Recent Phase 3 clinical trials have demonstrated orforglipron's efficacy. Participants experienced an average weight loss of 16 pounds over 40 weeks, with significant reductions in blood sugar levels. Notably, 2/3 of patients achieved blood sugar levels below the diabetic threshold, highlighting the drug's potential in managing type 2 diabetes. But beyond the numbers, what truly stood out in the trials was the consistency of the results across different demographics. The trials included a diverse group of participants, men and women from a range of ethnic backgrounds and varying baseline health conditions. The weight loss benefits were not just statistically significant, they were also clinically meaningful, often translating to improvements in cardiovascular markers, liver enzymes, and even mental health outcomes. Manufacturing and distribution plans. Narrator. Anticipating high demand, Eli Lilly has proactively invested nearly $550 million in pre-launch inventory for orforglipron. The company is expanding its manufacturing capabilities across multiple sites, including North Carolina, Wisconsin, Ireland, Germany, and Indiana, to ensure a robust supply chain upon approval. This level of investment prior to FDA approval is rare and reflects a high degree of confidence in both the drug's efficacy and the regulatory outcome. Lilly isn't just preparing for a successful product launch, it's preparing for a global rollout. The manufacturing process for an oral, non-peptide GLP-1 drug is markedly different from traditional peptide-based injectables, which often require more complex biotechnological infrastructure, regulatory pathway, and market impact. Eli Lilly plans to seek regulatory approval for orforglipron's use in obesity treatment by the end of 2025 and for type 2 diabetes in 2025, early 2026. Analysts predict that the drug's oral formulation could alleviate supply constraints associated with injectable GLP-1 medications, potentially transforming the market landscape. The FDA has already granted fast-track designation to orforglipron, allowing for expedited review and closer collaboration with regulators. Lilly has been actively submitting data from its internal studies and Phase 3 trials, aiming to build a compelling case for approval. If successful, orforglipron would become the first approved oral non-peptide GLP-1 receptor agonist, a major first in the field. Global health implications. With obesity and type 2 diabetes posing significant global health challenges, orforglipron's development represents a promising advancement. Its ease of use and manufacturing efficiency could enhance treatment accessibility worldwide, offering new hope to millions affected by these conditions. Obesity is not just a problem in wealthy nations, it's a growing crisis in low and middle-income countries, where urbanization, sedentary lifestyles, and processed food consumption are on the rise. Diabetes, too, is spreading rapidly, with developing nations bearing an increasing share of the burden. Access to injectable treatments in these regions is limited by infrastructure, costs, and social stigma. An oral solution like orforglipron could bypass many of these hurdles. It could be distributed through primary care networks, stored at room temperature, and taken discreetly, factors that make it more viable for widespread adoption. Public health experts are hopeful that this drug could be integrated into national health systems, particularly those aiming to curb the twin epidemics of obesity and diabetes. Furthermore, Lilly has indicated a willingness to engage in tiered pricing models and partnerships with global health organizations. If implemented effectively, these strategies could make orforglipron one of the most impactful drugs of the decade in terms of lives improved and healthcare costs reduced. As Eli Lilly moves forward with orforglipron's production, the medical community and patients alike await its potential to revolutionize obesity and diabetes management. Stay tuned for further updates on this promising development. While we await regulatory approvals and market launch, the groundwork being laid today signals a hopeful future. A future where managing weight and chronic metabolic conditions doesn't require needles, complex logistics, or prohibitive costs. Orforglipron could usher in a new standard of care, one where oral therapies are just as effective, more acceptable to patients, and scalable on a global level. Whether you're a clinician, policymaker, investor, or someone directly affected by these conditions, orforglipron is a name to remember. This isn't just a pill, it's a symbol of where modern medicine is heading: more human-centered, more accessible, and more focused on long-term outcomes. We'll continue to monitor this story and bring you all the updates as they unfold. If you found this update on orforglipron as groundbreaking as we did, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more deep dives into medical innovations, and turn on notifications so you never miss a beat in the world of science and health. Until then, stay informed, stay healthy, and stay curious.